নাই গোজরা পরে আয় ছুটে আয় রে এ থানায় নাই গোজরা
Darling, just dive right in and follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not keep you up this time. Darling, just kiss me close. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I
my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share a home. I found love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children, all of our own. We used to kick back and throw in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Darling, just hold my hand. Be my girl, be your man. I see a future in your eyes. Dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When that song that dance looking so beautiful, I don't deserve it, and you I don't deserve this, and you look perfect tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, a loud round of applause for the Julianites. I think that was a wonderful introduction to this evening's program. Hello, check. With the advent of 2020 came the most lethal and devastating COVID-19. Very stealthily and menacingly, the virus, initially rumored to be humanly engineered, with a swift universal stroke and its deadly tentacles, smothered the lives of millions and seemed to have been sending normal life into complete oblivion. In the process of having laid many to eternal rest, it also opened many a family. And I think it would only be befitting that we sit, bow our heads for a few seconds, and pray for the souls departed. May their souls rest in peace. Amen. Stunned by its ability to strike swiftly, and with the medical fraternity at their wits' end, because they themselves were being scourged and afflicted by the virus, were making desperate attempts to come to terms with what was seemingly appearing to be a dead end. This was suddenly and eventually followed by a universal lockdown. This further aggravated the situation, as it now led to people losing their livelihoods and sending international economics into a tailspin. It catastrophically turned human life topsy-turvy. It instilled such dread in people that even a simple handshake was completely dreaded and feared. that the handshake now has been replaced with the namaste. An ordinary sneeze made people scurry for cover. Cover, now in these COVID times, means the mask that we wear today. And very surprisingly and strangely, the mask is now an added and necessary accessory to our daily attire. In fact, I can see some of them sporting masks that are matching their saris and salwar kameez and their suits. In fact, it has now become a very telling fashion statement. Many of us present at this wonderfully set up venue are survivors of this fatal pandemic. We should be extremely overwhelmed that we are in reality seated in each other's company. Social distancing kept us away from each other. However, undisputedly, what the virus was unable to do was to quell the indomitable and resilient human spirit to fight on despite the odds heavily stacked against us. This annual awards ceremony is in fact, and without a doubt, a testimony to a similar endeavoring and undying Julianite spirit of moving on and taking this opportunity to reward pre-COVID and post-COVID excellence to students, teachers, and staff alike. So now that we breathe with more consummate ease, and our lives are set back in motion, do join me in welcoming our very own Managing Trustee, Mrs. S.E. Broughton, with a loud, thunderous round of applause. Welcome, ma'am. We also have in our midst our chairman, Mr. J.G. Broughton, who is here at the side of me. So could we have you on stage, please? The crowd wants to see you. Our chairman, Mr. J.G. Broughton, who will be also hosting this evening's program. Take a bow, sir. And along with him, we have his wife, Mrs. Sharmila Broughton, and his daughter, Jessica Broughton, too. Give them a loud round of applause. We have the members of the Board of Trustees, once again led by Mrs. S.E. Broughton, Mr. J.G. Broughton, Mr. Leslie Pereira, Mr. Neville McNamara, Mr. Colin Fitzgerald, and Mr. Joshua Broughton. And last but not least, and we cannot forget the late Mr. Edward Dunn, whom we lost a few months back. We do miss you, sir, but we know that you are looking down upon us and sending your blessings to us. Let's have a loud round of applause for our Board of Trustees. We have also a lot of VIPs, or principals, whom we will introduce as the program progresses. And then we have our parents, guardians, well-wishers, and most importantly, our students. Welcome to you all to this program today. We do hope you enjoy yourself, and when you leave this hall, you will take back memorable moments with you. A loud round of applause for all parents, guardians, well-wishers, and our students. I request all to stand. We will now sing the school song.
Request all the principals to please come on stage, and the school captains. Could the school captains and the principals please come on stage?
Julian Day School children army, loud and strong we raise our song, thanking, praising God Almighty for His blessings on our school. J for justice, D for duty, S for service stands our school. Alma mater, we must never let her down. She has taught us and besought us not to ever let her down. Brown and cream are our school colors, the lamp of knowledge burning bright. Our flag flies high and higher with a motto, knowledge is power. The pen and pencil cross each other with the lotus, symbol of our land. From our Queen's master stages we gather to learn and love each other, working hand in hand.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Do we have any students in the auditorium? I said, do we have any students in the auditorium? Oh, that was beautiful. Now let's see if we have any teachers in the auditorium. Teachers, do we have any staff from Julian Day School? No, I didn't hear that. Do we have any staff from Julian Day School? Beautiful. I don't think any parents have come. Parents? Do we have any parents in the school? Parents, come on, you got to do better than the students. Parents, are you ready? Yeah, parents are here. All right. Please give a round of applause for my co-host today, Mr. Richard Green, TIC, teacher in charge of Julian Day School, Kalyani. Come on, you can do better than that. I know we've come out of 2 years of COVID and there's been no action, but today we've got to get into action. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. and we need a continuation and repetition of the thunderous applause as the evening goes by. We now request our Managing Trustee, Mrs. S.E. Broughton, Mr. Neville McNamara, and Mr. Colin Fitzgerald to please come up on stage. We will have the presentation of the Trust Awards. Boys and girls, I have just called some important people on stage. I think we can do with a round of applause. Thank you very much. While we are waiting for our guests to come on stage, are there any maths teachers here? It should not be absent. Do we have any maths teachers here?
Any maths teachers? Yeah, yes, sir. Okay, we've got maths teachers in this hall.
The students are answering for the maths teachers. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. What did one maths book say to another maths book? That's not a maths teacher, but he gave the correct answer. I have so many problems and no solutions. Thank you. We are ready to begin with the presentation. And we have on stage Mrs. S.E. Broughton, Mr. Neville McNamara, and Mr. Colin Fitzgerald. The Julian Educational Trust Awards ceremony for April 2020. And we begin with the Founders Memorial Award for the Best All-Rounder in Class 12, donated by the late Mrs. Grace Julian. And this award will be presented by Mrs. S.E. Broughton, our Managing Trustee. And from Kolkata, we have Tanya Ahuja. From Ganganagar, we have Kritita Datta. From Kalyani, we have Somyo Chakrabarti. And from Howrah, we have Ifshita Ladia. Moving on to the next group of awards, the Principal's Trophy for the most exemplary conduct in Class 12, donated by our Managing Trustee, Mrs. S.E. Broughton. I request Mr. Neville McNamara to kindly give out these awards. And from Kolkata, Aviroop Seth. From Ganganagar, Mainak Burman. From Kalyani, Priyanshu Pal. From Howrah, Shivam Vora. Next we have the Julian Educational Trust Award for the ICSC Topper in 2018-2019 donated by the Julian Educational Trust, and I request Mr. Colin Fitzgerald to kindly give away these awards. From Kolkata, with 98%, Samriddhi Ganguly. With a stupendous performance of 99.5%. And from Ganganagar, we have Upasna Ghosh and Sayantika Sarkar. Both scored 99.5%, almost perfect. Like the song that we sang at for the introduction. With 90.5%, from Kalyani, Arunima Datta. And with a percentage of 92.25, from Howrah, Bidisha Datta. We now move on to the Julian Educational Trust Award for the ICSE Topper 2018-2019, donated by the Julian Educational Trust. And I request our Managing Trustee, Mrs. S.C. Broughton, to kindly give away these awards. With 96%, and from Kolkata, Aditya Rajpal. With 97.6%, and from Ganganagar, Sarna Banerjee. Going a little higher, like our school song says, and with 98%, from Kalyani, Shweshta Datta. That's a very young student for you on stage. He's the junior coordinator, collecting it on behalf of the student who happens to be absent. Next we have from Howrah, with a score of 97.4%, Swapnil Chakravarti. Moving on to the next group of awards. The Julian Educational Trust Award for the ICSE Topper in 2019-2020, donated by Julian Educational Trust. With a percentage of 93%, and from Kolkata, Sagnik Seal. He is absent, so we have Dominic sir, who's collecting it on his behalf. From Ganganagar, with a score of 95%, Dishari Datta. We have Mr. Lionel Jennings collecting it on her behalf, with a score of 96%, and from Kalyani, Madhuja De. I think we have Madhuja's father accepting it on her behalf. And with a score of 92%, and from Howrah, Shivam Vora. Moving on to the next group of awards, the Julian Educational Trust Award for the ICSE Topper 2019-2020, donated by the Julian Educational Trust. I request Mr. Colin Fitzgerald to kindly give away these awards. And with a percentage of 97% from Kolkata, Om Gupta. With a score of 98% from Ganganagar, Arindam Mondal. Going a step higher, a percentage higher, with 99%, and from Kalyani, Suchismita Mitra. And with 96.8% from Howrah, we have Chandrabali Roy Chowdhury. Could we also have some applause, please? Could we have some applause accompanying your shouts of cheer for everybody? They deserve the applause. Next, we have the Julian Educational Trust Awards for the ICSE Topper in 2020-2021, donated by the Julian Educational Trust. I request our Managing Trustee to kindly give away these prizes. With a score of 98%, and from Kolkata, it's Kaustav Goswami. Kolkata, you can do better. With a score of 99%, and from Ganganagar, Sarnab Banerjee. With a matching score of 99%, and from Kalyani, Prerona Roy. We have Mr. Garfield D'Souza, the junior coordinator, collecting out on her behalf. And with a score of 98%, and from Howrah, we have Suranjani Biswas. Next, we have the Julian Educational Trust Award for the ICSE Topper 2020-2021, donated by the Julian Educational Trust. I request Mr. Colin Fitzgerald to kindly give away the awards. And with a score of 94%, and from Kolkata, Neeraj Saha. With a score of 98%, and from Ganganagar, Sagnik Bhomik. Mr. Lionel Jellings will collect this on Sagnik's behalf. With a matching score of 98%, and from Kalyani, Aniruddha Kundu. And also with 98%, and once again from Kalyani, we have Sumanta Kumar Datta. We have the parent collecting it on behalf of Sumanta. And with a percentage of 98%, from Howrah, Saunak Bera. Let's have a loud round of applause for our managing trustee, Mr. McNamara and Mr. Fitzgerald. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sirs. Okay. A teacher once said to his class, "A good human being is one who helps others in times of need." Very correct. A student raises his hand and replies, "But teacher, I disagree with you. Neither you are willing to be a good human being or let any of my friends be a good human being during the examinations because you do not allow any one of them to help us." Is that true? Students, we can't get a response from you. I'm not going to repeat the joke. I'll tell it to you after the program.
We now request Mr. and Mrs. Rajiv Thomas to please come on stage and give out this important award for the best performer in the junior school. This award is in memory of Mrs. Romola Roy, the mother of Mrs. Shirley Thomas, who happens to be the sister to Mrs. Broughton and also a member of the Board of Trustees. Can we have a round of applause for Mr. and Mrs. Rajiv Thomas?
The Julian Education Award I beg your pardon. The late Mrs. Romola Roy Memorial Award for the best all-rounder in the Julian School, donated by the Julian Educational Trust. We request Mrs. Romana Thomas to kindly give away these awards. From Kolkata, we have Agniva Das. From Ganganagar, we have Shine Singer, I beg your pardon, from Ganganagar. From Kalyani, Somdatta Bhattacharya. And from Howrah, Arin Paul. They are junior students and they need all the encouragement from you. The Julian Educational Trust Award for most exemplary attendance throughout the school career. Listen to this one. This is a big one. The Julian Educational Trust Award for most exemplary attendance throughout the school career from class KG to class 10. Can you believe that there is somebody who has been present every day of his life that he has been to school? And there has only been one. Right from Ganganagar, Rohan Kaur. Just imagine, from KG to class 10, he has not been absent at all. We can do with a louder round of applause and a louder cheer.
Continuing with the special achievements, there are students, there are teachers, there are staff members who work extra to take the school to a higher level. And we have two very special people, students amongst us, who have performed exemplary well. All India rank in ICSE, ISC, All India rank third. All India rank third, where Julian Day School stands over there, none other than Upasana Ghosh from Ganganagar, and with her, Sayantika. Can we have a round of applause for taking Julian Day School to a very high level?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Come on, Ganganagar, one more round of applause.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now, all those awards were in the classroom. Things that you do, like to do, or enjoying doing outside the classroom. You want to tap your feet, you want to sing, you want to clap along, because boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, coming up is a dance presentation by JDS Kolkata. Give them a loud round of applause.
Kolkata.
Fasten
Please
your seat belts.
Welcome on stage the students of Julian Day School, Kolkata.
Fasten your seat belts. Enjoy the music. Click your fingers, clap your hands, stamp your feet, stomp your feet, and just enjoy the music.
हंसी नचे नचे सारे जवां आहा नचे नचे औवा औवा
तुमसे है तुमसे प्यार
औवा औवा
मानो ना मेरे प्यार
औवा औवा तुमसे है तुमसे प्यार जलाना नहीं कुछ भी छुपाना नहीं झूठा बहाना बैंग बैंग इतनी खुशी है यहाँ जिसका ठिकाना नहीं लूटो खजाना बैंग बैंग कहीं शम्मा आहा नचे नचे कहीं दुआ आहा नचे नचे सारे हंसी आहा नचे नचे सारी जवा आहा नचे नचे औवा औवा
तुमसे है तुमसे प्यार
औवा औवा
मानो ना मेरे यार
औवा औवा तुमसे है तुमसे प्यार झूमे बदन हिचकिचाना शर्माना क्या खुल के झूमो खुल के खाओ आओ आओ ये खुल के कहो It's the time to disco It's the time to disco कौन मिले देखो किसको It's the time to disco यूं ही रहना ठीक है ना और कहना तो के रहो It's the time to disco. It's the time to disco. समझो जरा तुम इसको. It's the time to disco. दिल है मेरा दीवाना क्या, कहता है घबराना क्या. ताल पे जब छूए बदन, हिचकिचाना शर्माना क्या. खुल के जाओ, खुल के गाओ, आओ आओ ये खुल के कहो. It's the time to disco. It's the time to disco. Come and live it, disco. It's the time to disco.
Louder, boys and girls, louder round of applause. And the best part of it is that throughout the evening, all the tracks that the students are dancing to were performed and recorded by the Julianites at the recording studio at Julian Day School, Elgin Road. The songs were also sung by the teachers and the students from each of the branches. So give them a louder round of applause. Despite the pandemic, our students have done extremely well. And that's why we continue with the individual memorial awards for Kolkata. And we have the Sanjay Vora Memorial Award for the best performance in Hindi in class 10, donated by Miss Reena Vora. We request Mr. and Mrs. Rajiv Mitra to please come on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, a loud round of applause for Mr. and Mrs. Rajiv Mitra. Remember, this award is for the best performance in Hindi in class 10. And the winner, with 80%, is Om Gupta. Om Gupta. We have another award for him, the Radharani Mitra Memorial Award for the best performance in biology in class, donated by Mr. Pradeep Mitra. This award is presented by Mr. and Mrs. Rajiv Mitra, and the recipient is Om Gupta, a combination of Hindi and biology. Fantastic. Give him a loud round of applause.
Just to mention over here, both Mr. Rajiv Mitra and Mrs. Mitra are ex-students of Julian Day School, and their children are also in the school, and Mrs. Mitra is on the managing committee. Can we have a round of applause for them? They can't leave Julian Day School.
Sir, we have a small presentation for them. Sir, ma'am, please. We request our chairman to kindly give these floral presentations to Mr. and Mrs. Rajiv Mitra. We have the individual memorial awards from Ganganagar. We request Mr. Suman Moitra to please come on stage. Mr. Manoj Kumar Das, parents representative from Ganganagar, you are requested to please come up on stage. Mr. Manoj Kumar Das, come sir. We have the late Mr. Sandeep Sarkar Memorial Award for the best performance in art, donated by Mrs. Bakul Bose. This award goes to Supravo Datta of class 12C. Supravo Datta of class 12C from Ganganagar. Ganganagar, you are very, very quiet and very well behaved. The late Mr. Sandeep Sarkar Memorial Award for the best sportsman, donated by Mrs. Bakul Bose. This award is presented to Sidbi Sheikh Rahman of class 12C. We have Mr. Lionel Jennings collecting the award on Suman's behalf. Then we have the late Mr. George Adamson Memorial Award for the best student in vocal music, donated by the teachers of JDS Ganganagar. And the award goes to Mr. Sayak Sigdar, class 11A. Sayak Sigdar of class 11A. Cheryl Miss will collect it on behalf of Sayak. Next we have the Niranjan Chatterjee Memorial Award for the best performance in history in class 10, donated by Mrs. Tapasi Chatterjee. And the award goes to Triparna Datta of class 10A with a score of 99%. Next we have the Nalini Ranjan Banerjee Memorial Award for the best performance in political science in class 12, donated by Mrs. Tapasi Chatterjee. And the award goes to Supravo Datta of class 12C. Coming up next, we have the Nishant Upadhyaya Memorial Award for the best student in class 12, donated by Nishant Upadhyaya Trust. And this award goes once again to Supurva Datta of class 12C. Next, we have the. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, sir, we request you to please give away 2 more awards. The late D.N. Talapatra Memorial Award for the best performance in general proficiency in class 10, donated by the managing committee of JDS Kalyani. And this award goes to Suchismita Mitra. Next, we have the late Parish Chandra Memorial Award for the best performance in physics in class 10. And this also goes to Suchismita Mitra and Anurag Sarkar. We will have a floral presentation by our chairman, Mr. J.G. Broughton. Thank you, Mr. Jha. Thank you, Principal Mr. Baxter, for accompanying him on stage. Give them a loud round of applause. And a loud round of applause up to now for everyone who has won an award. I am actually distracted by the money that is lying on stage here. I'm not sure that by the end of the program whether I will get enough of time to collect it. I'm waiting for all the lights to go up so I can bend down and pick up a few notes. But the spotlight is still on me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, teachers, coming up is a dance presentation by JDS Ganganagar. Give them a loud round of applause.
ये शाम मस्तानी मदहोश किए जाए मुझे डोर कोई खींचे तेरी ओर लिए जाए ये शाम मस्तानी मदहोश किए जाए मुझे डोर कोई खींचे तेरी ओर लिए जाए दूर
But I love my baby's leaving me. Now only teardrops are all I gotta see. Ooh, what a one-way ticket to the blue. Gonna take a trip to Lonesome Town. Gonna stay at Heartbreak Hotel. Oh, such a life that never was. A cry, but just away. Honey, oh honey, 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 honey, oh honey. गम है कोई तो गम मारो यारो गम की दुआ से गम भी खुशी है चूर नशे में ये जिंदगी है
Sing it to everyone. In all the Julian Day schools, put your hands together. Say D. Say I. Say S. C. O.
Disco, 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 disco. I am a disco dancer. 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 जिंदगी मेरा गाना मेरी जिंदगी तो झूमा तो नाचो और मेरे साथ नाचो गा I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer.
Wonderful presentation. Wonderful presentation. Even the Julianites are disco dancers, but I'm sure you won't want to see them perform on stage. Yeah, the money that I was talking about has come closer to me, and it has been stamped by the students who are dancing, not by the RBI. But I'm going to take it home. I'll make a very generous donation to my wife. Students, you have received so many awards up to now, isn't it? I can't hear you.
Can't hear you. Students, have
can't
you
hear
received awards? Yes or no? And the teachers were applauding you. Yes or no? Now is the time for the teachers to receive an award, and you are going to applaud them. Yes or no? All right.
See, when your teachers receive awards, you obviously emulate them. And that is a wonderful example set by your teachers. Give all the teachers a loud round of applause. And continue to emulate everything good that they do and teach you. Presentation of the awards, of the staff awards. We will start with the regular attendance for Julian Day School, Kolkata.
Can we have members of the Board of Trustees, Mrs. Broughton, Mr. Colin Fitzgerald, and Mr. McNamara, to please come on stage and give away these awards?
I'm so tempted to tell you another joke, but you are not laughing at my jokes. You're not, I can't get you to laugh. You are so interested in the music that you don't want to dance. You don't want to laugh. Okay, let's try one more while our guests are coming on stage. One day, an English teacher was teaching in class tenses and said, one day our country will be free from all corruption. Listen to this. One day our country will be free from all corruption. What tense is it, students? The teacher asked. Up went one hand and answered, future impossible tense. Somebody laughed. Future impossible tense. And quite possibly, that happened to be the son of a politician in the opposition. Regular attendance, teachers standing by very eagerly. They also, like you, attended school every day of the academic session. And leading the teachers is the ex-principal of Elgin Road, Mrs. Colleen Dorothy Smith. Give her a loud round of applause. Next we have Mr. Tarun Kanti Bar. Mr. Mohammad Sahabuddin. Mrs. I beg your pardon, Miss Nicola Claudia de Cruz. Miss Priya Maria Gomes. This is Miss Nicola Claudia de Cruz. Miss Priya Maria Gomes, we have the secretary collecting it on her behalf. Next is Miss Jessica Fernandez. She doesn't like posing with someone else's award. Mr. Carlton Ross. Come on, boys and girls, what's happened to the applause? Mr. Carlton Ross, Mr. Lester Mark Anthony Julius Caesar. I hope you don't mind, I made a few additions to the name. With no disrespect to you, sir. Miss Cleona De Silva. Mr. Wilfred Pereira. Mrs. Mary Benjamin. Miss Kathleen Ann Aviette. Miss Althea Collins. Kolkata, those were teachers of yours that just received awards. Could we have a loud round of applause for them? Not just from the students of Kolkata, but from the students of all the branches. Next we have Ganganagar. So the list is very long. Could we give half of them next year? Regular attendance for Ganganagar. And heading the list is the principal of Ganganagar, Mr. Bobby Baxter. Followed by the junior coordinator, Mrs. Cheryl Ann Day. TIC, Mr. Lionel Jennings. Mrs. Nabanita Chakrabarti. Mrs. Sharmishta Sarkar. Mrs. Joyita Day. Mrs. Shampa Barua. Mrs. Hena Aftab. Mr. Biswajit Talukdar. Mr. Amlan Sigdar. Mrs. Chayati Soor. Mrs. Tapati Dasgupta. Mr. Dipendu Paul. Mr. Dipendu Paul. Mrs. Victoria Sarkar. Mr. Julian Xavier. Mr. Dibakar Ghosh. Mrs. Soma Gupta. Mrs. Kakoli Nag. Mrs. Anestina D. Gomes. Mr. Craig V. Wilson. That was like an Usain Bolt celebration. Miss Titi Bhadro. Mr. Debopriya Chanda. I beg your pardon, Mr. Debopriyo Chanda. Sheikh Imtiaz Alam. Mr. Sheikh Imtiaz Alam. Mrs. Anne Caroline Eto. Mrs. Seema Datta. Mrs. Sujata Paul. Next one. Announces also Mrs. Chandra Kumari. And last but not least, Mrs. Shika Divine. Boys and girls, you just had another group of teachers receiving awards. Let's give them a loud round of applause. Let's give them a loud round of applause, because if you applaud loud enough, then I will get the encouragement to announce these long lists that I have been given. Next, we have the regular attendance for teachers from Kalyani. And leading the pack, ex-principal of Kalyani, acting principal of Elgin Road, and director for education, Mr. Derek Anthony Peters. Mr. Garfield D'Souza. Mr. Garfield D'Souza, the students love to call you Mr. Universe. So you can also flex your muscles on stage. Mr. George William Sneed. Mr. Rajdeep Rakit. Mrs. Sharmishta Basu. Mrs. Pushpa Goswami. Mrs. Nelly Sarkar. Mrs. Shilpa Biswas. Mrs. Sudipta Mitra. Mrs. Sudipta Mitra. Mrs. Patricia Hyacinth Sneed. Miss Vanessa Darlene Sneed. Mrs. Cecilia De Silva. Mr. Curtis Anthony Green. Tell Curtis sir to share his award with me. Mr. Terence Conway. Then we move on to Julian Day School Horror. Regular attendance for Julian Day School Horror. Mrs. Sumana Das. Miss Rajunika Nag. Mr. Dale Jude Dolby. Now we have another set of awards, very special. For teachers, we have a very special set of awards for teachers who have spent 25 years of their life teaching in Julian Day School. Amazing, isn't it? Wonderful. Give them a loud round of applause. And we have from Kalyani, Mrs. Chandra Bhattacharya. Mr. Milan Parbat. Come on, boys and girls, you can do better than that. Part of the office staff. And last but not least, Mr. David Deepankar Mandal. Your teachers have so far hogged the limelight on stage, and they continue to do so. Because next, we have the Teacher of the Year Award for teachers who have, like our chairman always says, walked that extra mile to educate our children, to ensure that things in school run smoothly, and have given most of their time to school and everything that goes on in school. The Teacher of the Year Award from Kolkata is Mr. Abhay Sadhu. From Ganganagar, Mr. Dibakar Ghosh. From Kalyani, we have Mrs. Neeta Thapa. And from Howrah, Mr. Brett Manuk. Wow, that was really a long list of teachers who were awarded for their excellent service to the school. Once again, for one last time, let's give your teachers a loud round of applause. And we will now have a floral presentation made by our chairman, Mr. J.G. Broughton. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sirs. One of the US presidents famously said, pay attention. One of the presidents of USA famously said, you attack us and we will attack you. An Israeli president once famously said, you attack us and we will demolish you. Now you guess the country and which president it was. This is what this president had to say. If you attack us, we will not play cricket with you. You guess which country and which president said that. Put your hands together with a loud round of applause for a dance presentation that is coming up by the students of JDS Howrah.
Check.
A fantastic, fantastic performance. Come on, let's have a louder round of applause for them. Yes, yeah. We have a very special presentation, a token of appreciation to staff of a very special school, which I will talk about a little later. But this special school is called the Grace Julian Memorial Free School. And we request Mr. Asim Bose and Mrs. Sylvia Broughton to kindly give away these tokens of appreciation. Mr. Asim Bose is a counselor. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Asim Bose and Mrs. Sylvia Broughton. She came this way. The late Mrs. Grace Julian Memorial Free School, Kalyani. This is a token of appreciation for all the teachers who dedicated time after school to establish the school and keep the school running. And we have Mr. D.A. Peters. Mr. D.A. Peters. The ex-principal of Kalyani. Mr. Terence John, the present principal of Kalyani. Mr. Robert Foreign. Mr. G. D'Souza. Mr. G. D'Souza. Mrs. P. Sneed. Mr. G.W. Sneed, Mr. George William Sneed, Mrs. Neeta Thapa, Mrs. F. Siddiq. Come on, boys and girls, you can do better. Give them a louder round of applause. Mrs. R. Chatterjee. Mr. D. Fernandez. Come on, Kalyani. You can do better with the applause. Miss P. Rosario. Miss V. Sneed. Mrs. M. Sampayo Das. And last but not least, keep the cheering, keep the clapping. It is none other than myself, Mr. R. Green. We will have a floral tribute to Mr. Asim Bose and Mrs. S. Broughton Jr. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Now, this is what I said I will tell you about a little later. The Grace Julian Memorial School was established in August 2019. The then principal, Mr. Derek Peters, was at the helm of affairs at school, and with his assistance, the deputy magistrate, Mr. Debashis Mondal, and our chairman, sir, Mr. J.G. Broughton, founded and established the school. Let's give a loud round of applause to Mr. Derek Peters, Mr. Debashis Mondal, and Mr. J.G. Broughton. This is a project that is very close to the heart of our chairman, Mr. J.G. Broughton, because, ladies and gentlemen, teachers and students, these students who attend the school are not as privileged and lucky as you. Many of them had been going to school, but because of economic problems, their parents had to pull them out of school. Many of them are dropouts. Many of them don't just wish to study or go to school. Many of their parents are not financially well established. These are all the hurdles that are before them to go to school like you students go. But with the support of our chairman and also our managing trustee, we have been able to set up this school and impart whatever knowledge we can to these underprivileged students. And that is why today this event is very, very special, because students from this Grace Julian Memorial School are going to perform for you. So would you like to say something, sir, please?
This is a very special project for us because every parent has a dream. Every child has a dream. All of you sitting over here have a dream. And for us, it's just an opportunity to give these students and these parents a chance, an opportunity to fulfill that dream. And it is not possible without the support of everyone involved, from the prefects, the school captain, the teachers who received the award, and all parents. You have all supported us, and thank you very much for your continuous support. And thank you, teachers, and thank you, students. Without your help, these people's dreams cannot be fulfilled, and we will continue to try and enable them to fulfill their dreams. So please give a warm round of applause for the students who are going to perform for you today. Come on, you can do better than that.
Teach one, each one, teach one. That's what we can do. And now, the students of the Grace Memorial School.
Chakradum chiki chakacho. Chakaraka chichacho chakaloram gando wando lakarakatam. Akko takko idigidigidigo idipai chiki chakacho gili gili mal sulu sulu mal makaraka hukubukure tukubukure chakalaka bikko chikko sili 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 go bagradum chakradum chiki chakacho.
देखो देखो क्या वो पेड़ है, चादर ओढ़े या खड़ा कोई। हे देखो देखो क्या वो पेड़ है, चादर ओढ़े या खड़ा कोई। बारिश है या आसमान ने छोड़ दिए हैं नल खुले कहीं। हो हम जैसे देखे ये जहां है वैसा ही, जैसी चलो 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 नए ख्वाब बुन ले सापा धारे गारे गामा पासा बम 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 बोले बम चिक बोले और मस्ती में डोले बम बम बोले मस्ती में डोले बम बम बोले मस्ती में तू डोल रे बम बम बोले मस्ती में डोले बम बम बोले मस्ती में तू डोल रे भला मछलियां भी क्यों उड़ती नहीं ऐसे भी सोचो ना सोचो सूरज रोज नहाए या बाल भिगो के ये बुद्धू बनाए हमने ये सारे तारे टिमटिमाए या फिर गुस्से में कुछ बड़बड़ाते रहे खुल के सोचे आओ वक्त जरा फैलाओ रंग नए बिखराओ चलो 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 नए ख्वाब बुन ले क्यों टैंकर फुल आंखें बंद तो डब्बा गुल ओए बंद दरवाजे खोल
That song was from the film Tare Zameen Par, the real stars on planet Earth. Give them a loud round of applause. And while you are applauding these students, we would like to thank the choreographer, Mrs. Soma Das, for helping put this act together. Thank you, ma'am. Loud round of applause for the choreographer. And an even louder round of applause because, like our chairman said, without the support of our parents and teachers, it will not be possible to go ahead with the school flourishing. And playing an even bigger role in the development of the school is the Student Council of Kalyani. Give those students a loud round of applause. The Student Council of Kalyani, for giving your precious times despite being in class 10 or 12, in class 11. Thank you ever so much. May God bless you. Next, we have a presentation of the GBM Awards and George Broughton Memorial Award for the most promising sportsperson. And I request Mr. Manpreet Singh Grewal to come on stage, and Mrs. Jennifer Pace, please come on stage. Mr. Manpreet Singh Grewal, currently working for the Income Tax Department. Is Mr. Manpreet Singh Grewal here? Currently working for the Income Tax Department. He has a master's in commerce, a major in accounting and finance, is the alma mater of Julian Day School, studied from 1995 to 2011. That is from lower nursery right up to class 12. He represented Team India in the South Asian Basketball Association Championship held at Colombo, Sri Lanka, 2018. He finished 5th there. Participated in the Indo-Bangla Games organized by the IOC, that is the Indian Olympics Committee. The captain teamed West Bengal for the senior basketball team in the All India National Championship year in 2013-2016. Member of the senior West Bengal state basketball team from the year 2011 to 2020. Winner of the West Bengal Senior State Basketball Championship in 2014-2015. Runners-up in 2015 in the All India Basketball NBA JAM Championship. Captain of the Junior West Bengal Basketball Team. Winner of the West Bengal Junior State Basketball Championship 2010-2011. Welcome, sir. Mr. Manpreet Singh Grewal. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, a loud round of applause.
We also have with us a very, very special person to Julian Day School, Mrs. Jennifer Pace, who her family, her mother, was a special friend of the founder, Mrs. Grace Julian. So the relationship goes back. Her uncles, Mr. Norman Niss, was a founding member of the Julian Educational Trust. I don't think I have to mention much about Jennifer Pace. We all know who she is. She captained India in basketball. She's the wife of Olympic medalist Wes Pace, and of course, the mother to the legendary Leander Pace. Please give them a warm round of applause. Jennifer's been a family friend for many years, many years. She's seen me as a baby. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you for coming.
We have these awards, like the chairman said, presented by Mr. Manpreet Singh Grewal and Mrs. Jennifer Pace. We first have football for girls, won by Kolkata, and the best player, I don't know who is it? You've already applauded? Tanya Ahuja. Football for boys, juniors, won by Kalyani. And the best player, Ankur Chattopadhyay. Football for the seniors, that was also won by Kalyani. And the best player, Shubham Ghosh from Howrah. This is not Shubham, but this is the teacher in charge from Howrah. Cricket for boys, won by Howrah. The best bowler from Kalyani, Saljanno Saha. And the best batsman, the best batsman, the best batsman from Kolkata, Chiranjeev Pandey. Throw ball for girls, won by Howrah. The best player, and once again from Kolkata, Tania Ahuja. The most promising player from Howrah, Shreya Sengupta. Basketball for boys, won by Kalyani. The best player, Styrus Jacobs. And the highest scorer, also from Kalyani, Himanshu Shaw. We have the junior coordinator picking up the award on his behalf. Next we have basketball for girls. And the spoil was shared by Kolkata and Kalyani. So give both the school a loud round of applause. But the best player from Kalyani, Soumya Chakrabarti. The highest scorer from Kolkata, Tania Ahuja. Kho-Kho for girls. Kho-Kho for girls was won by Kalyani. And the best defender, Rachel Wakefield from Kalyani. And the best attacker from Kolkata, Peena Hemram. Peena Hemram unfortunately is not here. Athletics seniors, won by Kalyani. The fastest boy blazing the track from Kalyani, Paul De Cruz. And the fastest girl burning the track, also from Kalyani, is Sneha Kujur. Athletics junior was also won by Kalyani. The fastest boy from Kalyani, Subhashish Sarkar. And the fastest girl from Ganganagar, Ritika Singh. That is later, no? Comes here, it's here. So, we request the coaches of the different schools with the captain, vice captain, to please come up and collect the trophies. Football. Football for girls, as I said earlier, was won by Kolkata. Could we have the coach and the school captain kindly come up and collect the trophy? Sir, can you come up, please? You can come up with one of your teachers. Next, we have the football for boys junior, and that has been won by Kalyani. Could we have Mr. B. Satapati please come up with the captain of the school? So could we have Mr. G. D'Souza? Mr. G. D'Souza, could you come up with our school captain? Where is our school captain? The football for boys juniors, Kalyani. Please stay on stage because the football for seniors was also won by Kalyani. Mr. D'Souza, please come back on stage. The cricket for boys was won by Howrah. We request the games master, if he is not around, kindly have a teacher deputed to come and pick up the award. Cricket for boys won by Howrah. Throw ball for girls, also won by Howrah. Throw ball for girls, also won by Howrah. Basketball for boys, won by Kalyani. Basketball for girls, championship shared by Kolkata and Kalyani. Kho-Kho for girls, also won by Kalyani. Senior athletics, also won by Kalyani. The junior athletics. The junior athletics. Also won by Kalyani. So we now have the floral presentations to our one of the many trophies Kalyani is taking away for the athletics juniors. We have our chairman, Mr. J.G. Broughton, giving floral tributes to Mr. Manpreet Singh Grewal and Mrs. Jennifer Pace. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, teachers, please put your hands to these two wonderful personalities that has represented our countries in many an event. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Next, we request
Next gentleman I'm going to invite on stage. He's an ex-student of Julian Day School, Ganganagar, a pass out of 1991 batch, graduate of Bachelor of Visual Arts from Rabindra Bharati University, professionally belongs to the Bengali film industry, producer, director of feature films. The releases Doshami 2012 with Indranil Sengupta and Koil Malik. Mutti Bhar Swapne 2013 with Ashutosh Rana and Dayashankar Pandey. Broken Lines 2019 with Saurav Roy, Lahiri Chakravarti, Soumitra Ghosh, and Sushil Kaushik Goswami. Ami O Opu in 2022 released Ishan Rana, Prakriti, Pujari Ananda Chaudhary, and Soumitra Ghosh. He's got upcoming releases, Dear God, with Suheb Bhattacharya and Tanusri Chakravarti, and many more. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Suman Moitra. Come on, you can do better than that. Where's Ganganagar? Ganganagar teachers, here's your student. I would also like to invite on stage I would also like to invite on stage Mrs. Sarmishta De, celebrity chef, judge of Master Chef, and a regular on Bengali channels cooking shows. Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Mrs. Sarmishta De. Also like to invite Mrs. Sharmila Broughton to please come on stage. She's also on the cooking shows of Zee Bangla and a few others. Yes,
we have the first award for quiz. And the winning team, Sagni Khan, Mainak Burman, and Saumik Biswas. Students, please stay on stage and collect the overall trophy. Please be on stage. Excuse me. Sagne Khan, Mainak Burman, Somik Biswas, please stay on stage. We have the quiz trophy to be presented. Boys and girls, give them a loud round of applause. Take. Remember, all of you who come up, you have got individual prizes as well as the trophy for your school. Next, we have table tennis. The best player, Ishan Roy from Ganganagar. Priyanshu Das from Howrah. These were the boys' best players. And the best player, girl, Mahasweta Das from Kalyani. And Kalyani also won the table tennis event. So the trophy goes to them. The Kalyani students who played table tennis, if you're here, our ex-vice captain, school captain. Spelling bee, highest scorer, Rishini Datta from Ganganagar in the senior group, and the highest scorer from the junior group, Somyadeep Kaur. And Ganganagar also won the trophy for the spelling bee. So could we have a teacher come up with these two students? Next is debate. And the best speaker from Kalyani, Richa Datta. And the trophy was also won by Kalyani. So could we have a teacher come up on stage? Richa, please wait there. Could we have a teacher from Kalyani please come up on stage and collect the trophy along with Richa Datta? Next is elocution in English. For the juniors, the best speaker, Aryama Mukherjee from Ganganagar. For the intermediate division, Khadija Fatima from Howrah. And for the senior, Aman Chan from Howrah. No trophy. Elocution in Bengali. A best speaker from the juniors, Sanshrita Bomik from Ganganagar. In the intermediate group, Mandril Sirkar from Kolkata. From the seniors, Kaushiki Chakrabarti from Kalyani. Elocution in Hindi. The best speaker, juniors, Samprita Gautam from Howrah. From the intermediate category, we have Kirti Jha from Howrah. And from the seniors, we have Pranjal Jaiswal of Kalyani. No, it's not here. Not yet, gone in the wrong place. No, but here it's not here in this file at all. So after this video, was spokesperson of the year? Okay. Let them go. Okay. Vokilna Karmakar from Kalyani. Juniors Sean Mark Steele from the intermediate group, Meghna Karmakar from Kalyani. And from the seniors, Raisa Ghosh. Are we very late? Are we very late? Vocal music in Bengali. For the juniors, Debomita Bandopadhyay from Ganganagar. Chandrabali Roy Chaudhary from Howrah in the intermediate category. And from the seniors, Agniva Dev from Kolkata. Vocal music Hindi in the junior category. Dance classical in the junior group. Arina Karmakar from Ganganagar. In the intermediate group, Raima Malik from Kolkata. Dance, Open Creative. From Ganganagar, K.R. Das. Drama in English, the best actor, Khatija Fatima from Howrah. Drama in Bengali, best actor, Snigdha Mondol. Drama in Hindi, the best actor, Olivia Roy from Kalyani. Yes, Kalyani, right at the end. What is this presentation? Yeah, that is finished.
Okay, one more just give announce his name.
Agniva Dev. Agniva Dev. Agniva Dev. Not mentioned. I wanted this. We now have the floral presentations by our chairman, Mr. J.G. Broughton. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you to both of you. This. Now we have the GBM Sportsperson of the Year 2019-2020. I request Miss Jessica Broughton, accompanied by her mother and father, to please come on stage. Mr. J.G. Broughton and Mrs. S. Broughton Jr., you are requested to please come up on stage. Jessica? No. The winners. GBM Sportsperson of the Year 2019-2020. Any guesses from which branch? I'm confused. I can hear all 4 branches. So let me announce what is in front of me. Sneha Khujur from Kalyani and Somya Chakrabarti also from Kalyani. Sportspersons of the Year 2019-2020. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Jessica. Now the presentation of the certificates, Prime Minister. Next. Not you, don't worry. Next, we have a very special presentation of certificates of participation to students who took part in a very historic concert that was attended by our Prime Minister and Chief Minister, which was held at Victoria Memorial. It says here that we as musicians, producers of music and art to the said event earnestly thank you and each one of you for participating students and hereby acknowledge their endeavor with a certificate of participation. And I request our chairman, sir, Mr. J.G. Broughton, to kindly make the presentations. From Ganganagar, Anushi Mazumdar, Snehin Halda, Devmeet Bandopadhyay. All those who sang at the concert, please come on and line up at the stage here. Ganganagar, Anushi Mazumdar, Sneha Halda, Devmeet Bandopadhyay. From Kalyani, Soham Mukherjee, Shrishti Sen, Sharanya Basu, and Satarupa Sarkar. From Howrah, Priyesh Bhandari, Lilamva Kumar Bhakt, Datanu Das, Prakriti Paul, Subrajit Dalli. From Elgin Road, we had Sayan Bose, Diptanshu Bhattacharya, Anvushko Saha, Mayurakshi Chakrabarti, Aditya Singh, Sean Mark Steele, Joel Philip Xavier, Adarsh Odi, Harman Singh Sahani. Come on, who's going to pick up? Get ready. Somebody has written a small thing for the dance presentation. Tired? I'm not tired. I'm asking whether you're tired. No, you're not tired. Okay. So, since you're not tired, we'll give you another dance. Okay? We'll give you another dance. Dance. It helps us to express our feelings in our own way, making every one of us special. It is also called the hidden language of the soul, which we use to express ourselves when words fall apart. I need the lights on, please. What motivates someone to dance? Is it innate or rather the music? The passion and enjoyment that comes from dancing, for performing with so many dancers, or the frustration to learn a new move. I think it is the urge to find the happiness among different types of dance forms and finally finding the one for you. Today we are going to represent to you different dance forms, but the dress will not be a barrier to it because it is all about the happiness we feel and the way we express it. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, teachers, a dance presentation by Julian Day School, Kalyani.
Queen from a movie scene. I said no wonder, do you mean that?
Are you tired? I am tired and thirsty. The next presentation of the overall championship.
Check.
We request our managing trustee, Mrs. S.E. Broughton, to kindly come up on stage. While we are waiting for ma'am to come up on stage, you remember the nursery rhyme, Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa? This is the latest new generation version of that nursery rhyme. Chatting, chatting, yes, Papa. Chatting to your girlfriend? No, Papa. Telling lies? Open your WhatsApp. Ha ha ha. The presentation of the overall championship, presented by our managing trustee, Mrs. S.E. Broughton.
Check.
And the runners-up, JDS Ganganagar. Could we have the principal, the vice principal, the junior coordinator and the teacher in charge please come up?
Check. Sujit, can I have the bass guitar? Sujit, the bass guitar. Bass guitar.
Presentation of the George Broughton Memorial Challenge Shield. You can hear my voice increasing. And crescendo to the band. The winner, JDS Kalyani. The overall shield. Principal Vice Principal, Junior Coordinator and Teacher.
Everyone put your hands together, come on!
Kolkata, Kolkata, don't worry, Kolkata. আমরা তোমারই কলকাতা 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 don't worry কলকাতা আমরা তোমারই কলকাতা শহরের রানী গো আমরা তোমায় জানি গো তুমি যে নয়া রূপকথা Mustafa, Mustafa, don't worry, Mustafa. Kalanam tuzanam Mustafa. Day by day, masakit panayam day by day. Musagutta tinaya friendship ta. Kolkata, Kolkata, don't worry Kolkata. Amra tomari Kolkata. শহরের রানী গো আমরা তোমায় জানি গো তুমি যে নয়া রূপকথা All right, put your hands together, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the leader of Julianites, Mr. Julian Broughton on bass guitar. Mr. Julian Broughton on bass guitar. On drums and percussions, Mr. Wilfred Pereira. Give him a loud round of applause. On rhythm and lead guitar, Mr. Renfred. To his left, also on rhythm and guitar, Mr. Curtis Green. On keyboards, Mr. Xiaomi Goho. Give him a loud round of applause. The young, charming, with a wonderful voice, Amanda Sneed. And on vocals, Mr. Debanjan, all the way from Ganganagar. Give him a loud round of applause. And last but not least, myself, Mr. Richard Green. If you are willing, give him a loud round of applause too.
All right. Now you're settled to sing with us. Are you all ready, people? Well, I cannot hear you. Are you all ready? All right. People at the back sleeping? Awake? Right and side, left. All right, together now. Kolkata, Kolkata. I cannot hear you. Amra tomari Kolkata. You can be louder, come on. Kolkata, Kolkata, don't worry Kolkata. Amra tomari Kolkata. আরেকটু জোরে হবে শহরে আমরা তোমায় জানি গো তুমি যে নয়া রূপকথা Alright, students from the top over there. Kolkata, Kolkata, don't worry Kolkata. আমরা তোমারই কলকাতা শহরে রানী গো আমরা তোমায় জানি গো তুমি যে নয়া রূপকথা কলকাতা কলকাতা don't worry কলকাতা আমরা তোমারই কলকাতা শহরে রানী গো আমরা তোমায় জানি গো তুমি যে নয়া রূপকথা Right together everyone Kolkata, Kolkata, don't worry Kolkata আমরা তোমারই কলকাতা শহরে রানী গো আমরা তোমায় জানি গো তুমি যে নয়া রূপকথা
Come on, boys and girls, a loud round of applause. A loud round of applause for the Julianites. Are you tired?
Yes.
No. I just got some energy. So let's continue.
this program would not have been possible without the leadership of our chairman, sir, Mr. J.G. Broughton. You need to give him a loud round of applause. Thank you, sir, for spearheading this award ceremony, for getting all things together, for ensuring that everything was in place. A magnificent job. Well done, sir. Thank you so much. And we keep needing your encouragement right through. There are so many people to thank. The Board of Trustees, our Managing Trustee, the Board of Trustees, the principals, the vice principals, the teachers, the heads of various schools. All this would not have been such a grand success if we did not put our efforts together. And our chairman keeps saying that Julian Day School consists of 4 big schools, but it is one big united family. And that's why we can get things moving and take it on the road to success. So thank you once again to everybody, parents, guardians, students. Let's not forget our captains. Pratik Maiti from Ganganagar. Pratiksha, I beg your pardon. I'm missing my second pair of eyes. Nainit Saha from Kolkata. Jagoseni Niyogi from Kalyani. And Syed
Come on, boys and girls.
Umela from
Give
Howrah.
them a round
Give
of
them
applause.
a loud
Parents,
round of
guardians,
applause.
ladies and
Loud
gentlemen,
round of applause.
the school captains.
Give them a loud round of applause. That's what they're waiting for. Thank you. Thank you, captains. Wonderful job. Once again, thank you all very much for staying right to the end of the program and enjoying every part of it. Now we request each one of you to please stand up. We will stand proudly and sing our national anthem.
भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मागे, गाहे तब जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Once again, thank you to all of you, and we will positively and definitely meet once again, most probably at the same time in 2023. Have a safe journey home. Take care and God bless. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot.